Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com. I'm in Washington State today. I've got 6 Bordeaux style reds. Actually, not Bordeaux style. They're made from the Bordeaux grapes. They're not Bordeaux style at all. Bordeaux tastes like Bordeaux. Washington State tastes like Washington State. And just because they use the same grapes doesn't mean that they're going to taste the same. Righty-ho. It's a bit like saying, oh yeah, all chicken tastes like Kentucky Fried Chicken because it's the same raw materials. Not true. First one, Washington Hills Merlot 2008. Yeah, 2008. Now Merlot grows pretty well in Washington State. I think sometimes they're in danger of getting sucked into that Californian thing of either they do bimbo Merlot or they do overripe baked Merlot. Let's see whether this one, which of those categories this fits into, or whether it's a nice happy medium. Well, I stick my nose in and it feels, it feels like it's on the slightly baked side. It feels like it's got a bit more concentration than Californian Merlots at this price, but slightly concerned about that almost like the baked on blackberry bits that you get around the edge of a blackberry crumble. Just a bit overdone. I wish they'd had the confidence to pick that a little bit earlier and leave a bit of leafy freshness in there, but I know leafy freshness is not something that everybody thinks is desirable in a wine. Right, next one. 2 years older, Powers Merlot 2006. Now this doesn't smell quite as baked and overripe as the first one. It's still, maybe I still have this reservation about freshness here, but let's taste it and see how I get on. It's all right. Yeah, there's like this inky, curranty, blackcurrant, and it has got some of that baked blackcurrant edge, but there's also fresh blackcurrant there. Bit of tar. If someone had said there was a bit of Cabernet Franc in there, I wouldn't have been surprised, because there's ever so slight leafy tobacco edge too. Can't complain about that one. Next one. I like these next couple of labels. House wine from the Magnificent Wine Company. Do they live up to their name? This is, everyone and his dog has gone into here. Cabernet, Syrah, Merlot, Malbec, Zinfandel, Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot. 2007. The Magnificent 7. Yeah, this smells simpler, fresher. It almost has a little bit of that Californian pseudo sweetness, which it slightly disturbs me. There's a bit of that boiled vanilla that I'm not sure about. And when I say that about California, I mean cheap California. Yeah, it is just a little bit too sweet and simple. It's a lift music wine. Yeah, and there is some of that baked tar-like character as well. Dear me, I thought I was going to like that. I mean, it's a lovely label, so you should like the wine, shouldn't you? Maybe not. It's fair enough wine. It's got lots of dark fruit flavours, but not much in the way of personality for me. Let's see if they're 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, a year younger, 2008. Whether that's the same. What's this called? Steakhouse. Sniff at it. Again, that what I call bimbo boiled vanilla. I don't know whether it's a barrel thing. I know that there are some people in some parts of the world who, adjust their wines with vanilla extract. I'm not saying that they've done that here, but there's something like a false vanilla character. And there's a bit of mint with Cabernet Sauvignon, but not enough of that fresh fruit. It feels again like the fruit has just been picked too ripe. Alcohol level? No, they've slapped some sort of weird label over the top of it. I can't see on the back. Yeah, there's intensity, but there's not freshness. There's that baked edge. Really, yeah, a bit disappointed with that. Again, I think a lot of people would like that intensity of flavour, but it's not exactly subtle. It's warm, it's baked, it's, yeah, dark, overripe fruit. Ah well, let's see if the tallest bottle in the range comes up with something that's a bit more special. So this is Powers, the guys who did the Merlot. It's a 2006 Cabernet Sauvignon Reserve from the Horse Heaven Hills, it's a region. Ciel de Cheval they also call it, and you'll see on some labels. And this in particular is from, I love it, the Champoux Vineyard. So Champoux, it's not like you wash your hair with it. The next wine's also from the same vineyard, so it'll be interesting to compare the two. Although this is all Cabernet, and the next one's got some other things in there as well. And yes, there's more terroir edge here. There's like a green earthiness. I wish I could see the alcohol level a bit below that, below this label that someone's plonked on the back. That's about 14.5%. And here suddenly you're getting that more voluptuous, almost like olive-like, green olive, plump, plummy, blackberry. It's and whereas the ones before it, I felt that they've almost extracted it a bit too much. Here, yes, it's quite powerful, but it doesn't feel like they've crushed the living daylights out of the grapes in order to get as much flavour in there as possible. It feels like the fruit had it anyway, so there's no need to go over the top on extraction. Quite a step up. And yeah, there is an edge of vanilla here, but it feels like authentic vanilla rather than some of the things I was getting earlier, which wasn't quite so sure about. Final wine, Andrew Will, again, Champoux Vineyard, 2006, but this is 57 Cabernet Sauvignon, 35 Cab Franc, and Merlot making up the rest of it. Same vintage. Yes, I mean these last two are significantly more expensive than the first four, so you should expect that little bit more. But it'd be really good if there was a really good £12 Washington State wine that you could go out and buy this. Ach man. And here, this for me is, it smells classy. It doesn't smell like it's trying too hard. It feels, you can smell the good oak that's been used. There's a slight smoky sheen to it. There's a slight mealy, leesy edge from barrel aging. There's polished fruit. It feels confident in not being as intense as some of the others, and not being as sort of squashed and pressed. It feels like the quality was in the grapes and the vineyard, rather than someone trying to compensate in the winemaking. And it's got this, what I call a briny intensity. Black currants, blackberries, quite sweet fruit, but with this backbone of tannins. Like black currant pastel, it's weird, it's almost like someone's mixed a Chilean Cabernet with a high-class Chilean Cabernet with something like a Saint-Julien, and you're getting that briny edge that you get from some of those Saint-Julien with the blackcurrant pastel of Chile. A really nice combination. And it feels young, it's the oldest, but it feels young and vigorous. And whereas I'd be slightly dubious certainly about keeping the first four for any longer, this feels like it's one for the long haul, and that you're seeing it probably at about 60% of its full potential. Give it another 5 years and I'll be ripping your arm off to have a glass of that.